when you hit an animal, you're going to be held accountable for it on the Day of Judgment. And nowadays we see in streets where children, when they're kicking dogs and kicking cats and, messing about with animals, and they think they're being funny and doing these sort of things. But this again is a sin. To show mercy to animals is what we should also be doing. We should not be cruel to animals. We need to show mercy to animals. Once Hazrat Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala walked past some youngsters of Quraysh who had tied a bird and were making it a target by throwing arrows towards it. When they saw Abdullah bin Umar coming towards them, they began to disperse. He said, "Who has done this? May Allah Azza wa Jal curse those who do these types of acts." And again you see children that there's a cat, they might tie up a cat, they might tie up a dog, and from a distance they're throwing stones at this animal. This is cruelty. This is cruelty to animals, and the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has forbid this. This is the beautiful deen of Islam, that not only does it say do not be cruel to each other, but the deen of Islam says don't be cruel to animals as well. Sayyidina Hazrat Abdullah bin Masud radiyallahu ta'ala stated, we were once traveling with the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he went for the call of nature. We saw a sparrow who had two baby sparrows. So we grabbed them. The sparrow came and began to flap its wings. So basically, they gathered the baby sparrow out of the nest, and the mother was flapping its wings, panicking. And the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw this, and he said, "Who has caused the sparrow inconvenience in the matter of his baby sparrows? Return his baby sparrows to it." The baby in the nest, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam cursed with it. Whereas when we see ants and we see these things and we're squashing them and killing them and getting them out of the way, and if any animal comes in our garden, if any cat comes in our garden or our yard, we get the stone out and we're throwing it at that animal. And we're throwing stones at that animal and hurting that animal. This is against the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if we see anyone being cruel, we should try and stop them according to our ability.